Hey, what's up you guys, it's Connor, and today I'm going to be doing my birthday book haul. As you guys can see, for my birthday, I got new shelves. I haven't reorganized all my books yet, but I will be doing that soon. I'm not making any promises on a bookshelf tour though, that is a lot of work. So I'm just gonna quickly go through all the books that I got for my birthday. I got a fair number, and I don't know if they're all here yet because I think Rachel sent me something, but it hasn't gotten here yet. So I'll just wait and I'll put that in at the end of the video. But let's get started. So the first book, I actually got it for Christmas, but I forgot to haul it in that ridiculously long 5-part video. And that is the Creature Vault, the Harry Potter Creature Vault. It has amazing illustrations inside with like concept art. Like there's Grop, and it has Grindylows and everything in it. So it's just really cool, and I'm really excited to flip through this book and check out all of the different creatures inside of the Harry Potter world. The next few books are going to be from my parents and my little brother, and the first book is Fairy Tail Volume 9. I have really been enjoying the Fairy Tail manga, and I love the anime show, so I'm really excited to get to this one and continue along with the series. I still need to read Volume 8, but then I'll be getting to Volume 9. It's just going to be so much fun. The next book that my parents and my brother got me is The Magic Thief by Sarah Prineas. This is the first book in a middle grade trilogy, and I think it has to do with a boy that somehow steals an amulet, maybe? And he has to somehow get a hold of magic, and he's accused of stealing magic and stuff like that. Not exactly 100% sure, but it is always recommended to me on both Amazon and on Goodreads. So I decided that I was going to give it a go, and it has a decent rating on Goodreads. So I will be getting to this one sometime in 2016. The next book that I got is Shadows Cast by Stars, and this is by Catherine Knutson. This is like a weird fantasy book that is about Aboriginals, and I really have never read any fantasy book that has Aboriginal people in it, so I wanted to give it a go and check it all out. The main character is 16, and she finds out that she's immune to the plague or something like that, and so I just think that that's a really interesting premise, and I hope I really enjoy it. The next book that they got me was Furiously Happy by Jenny Lawson. This is a comedic memoir that deals with lots of heavy topics like depression and anxiety, and I'm really excited to get to this one. I've heard nothing but amazing things from people that I really trust. This is one of the first things that I will be reading within the next couple of months because it just sounds really amazing and I really want to get to it. That and Inside the O'Briens, which was in my Christmas haul, one of the parts. The next book that I got was The Novice by Taryn Matharu. This is the first book in the Summoner series. It's about a boy named Fletcher that discovers that he can summon demons, and then, you know, his adventure starts from there. But I really like the cover. I think that's partially why I bought it, was the cover. And I also think that I'll probably like it because fantasy and awesomeness. The next book that I ended up getting was The Assassin's Blade by Sarah J. Maas. This is the prequel novellas to the Throne of Glass series, and I actually do enjoy the Throne of Glass series. I enjoyed the first two. I haven't gotten beyond that, but I figured I should go back and read the prequel book because I heard some characters that are in this book end up in the later books, so I figured that this was kind of necessary if I wanted to continue with the series. We'll see. I'm not like hugely committed to this series or anything, so anytime I stop liking the books, I'll stop reading them, but so far I have continued to really enjoy the books. Then I got Odins Ravens, which is the second book in the Blackwell Pages series trilogy. I got the third book for Christmas, but I didn't have the second one, so I kind of expected to get this one for my birthday, and if I didn't, it was going to be kind of weird that I had the first and third books, but I really enjoyed the first book. I did a book review for it, and it's like one of the book reviews that I really think that I did a good job on, so I'll leave that in the card symbol and you can check that out. But yeah, Norse mythology, middle grade adventure, just right up my alley. The last book that my parents gave me was The Search for Wanda by Tony DiTerlizzi. I don't know how to say that last name. He's one of the co-authors for the Spiderwick Chronicles, and I've heard great things about this trilogy. I think this is about a girl who is her home is destroyed or something, and so she has to leave and go on an adventure, and this book is illustrated as well, which is like really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna just devour this when I get to it. The next book I was sent by my good friend Kayla from Bookadoodles. She sent me The Giving Tree, which is the ultimate masochist tree ever, by Shel Silverstein. This is a children's, like a children's book that you read to your children when they're like 4 or 5, and it's also extremely depressing. I read it right when I opened it. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to, because I haven't read this book since I was like 7 or something. So I read it immediately and it was so good. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. The next book that I got was from Riley Marie. She sent me the second book in the School for Good and Evil series by Saman Chanani, and that is A World Without Princes. I have not read the first book, but it's one of the series that my friends on YouTube are wanting to read very soon in this year, so I think that we should be reading the first book within the next couple of months or something like that. So I'm very happy to have this. I've heard great things about this series as well. It's a middle grade / young adult book where the 2 main characters are going to a school, and one side of the school is for evil and one side of the school is for good, and one girl really wants to go to the good school and one girl wants to go to the bad school, but then they end up going to the opposite ones. Sounds great. I'm gonna love it soon. The next couple of books were given to me by my sister and her husband, and the first one is Stories of the Raksura Volume 2 by Martha Wells. These are short stories / novellas that are set in the Books of Raksura world, which I really enjoyed that series, so I'm really excited to read all of the novellas. I got the first volume for Christmas, so I will definitely be getting to these. I just want to learn more about the Raksura and all of their adventures and their political struggles and everything like that. I think it's really fun and really interesting. They then got me volume 10 and volume 11 of Fairy Tale. Again, I've really been enjoying this series and I'm really excited to continue along with it. I just love it. I love it. You guys should read it or at least watch it. Try watching the anime. It's on Netflix, so there's no reason not to. Just experience the wonder that is Fairy Tale. The last book that my sister and her husband got me was The Sea of Monsters by Rick Riordan. This is the second book in the Percy Jackson series, but this is the graphic novel versions. Oh god, books are falling over. And if you're if you're wondering what some of the artwork looks like, it looks like that. And I'm really excited to experience these stories in graphic novel form. The next book was given to me by my nanners, aka my grandmother, and she got me Instinct, which is the 6th book, I believe, in the Chronicles of Nick series by Sherilyn Kenyon. This is about a boy who finds out that he is a demon, or is part demon, and he has to go on a ton of adventures from that. I've really been enjoying them. I remember one of them I was kind of like meh about, but so far it's been a really fun, exciting adventure within fantasy, paranormal, urban fantasy stuff. It's set in New Orleans, so I think that's really interesting as well. Okay, so my battery's about to die, so I'm gonna quickly try to go through the rest. She also gave me this bookmark, which has animal facts on the back. If you guys don't know, I am hugely obsessed with animals, so I love anything animal. The next books were given to me by my aunt, again, the one from my Christmas haul. She buys me lots of great books. And the next one that she gave me was The Runaway King by Jennifer Nielsen. This is the second book in the Ascendance trilogy. I read the first book last year, and so I really wanted to continue along with the series. I thought the first book was kind of predictable, but most people that don't read a lot of middle grade have no idea what is going on in that book. So it's one of those series that I highly recommend to people because most other readers are not going to pick out the things that are going to be happening. And yeah, I just am excited to see where the story is going to go from where it left off in the first book. I then got The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. This is the first book in the first Law trilogy. This is where I want to read next from Joe Abercrombie. I've been reading his Shattered Sea series, and it's okay. I'm not in love with it or anything, so I wanted to give this one a go because I think that this is gonna be more my speed. I think it's about a guy who is an executioner or something like that. It's like really bloody and really gory, and I think I'm gonna love it. The next books that I got were book 7 and book 8 in the Artemis Fowl series by Owen Colfer. I really want to finish this series. I've been loving it a lot. Artemis is hilarious. His life is just what is going on. It's basically about a boy genius who lives in Ireland, and he finds out that fairy creatures are real, and so he tries to use them to accomplish his own goals. And so I just have been really enjoying it. I think that the books get better and better as the story goes along. So yeah, I'm really excited to wrap up this series. And the last 2 books that I'm going to be showing in this video are books 6 and 7 of the Wings of Fire series. If you guys have been following me for a while, you'll know that this is one of my favorite middle grade series. It's really violent. It's about dragons. All the characters are dragons. And the first storyline ends at the 5th book, and so these are continuations, so it's not necessary to go on with the series if you don't want to, but I have been really enjoying it, so I want to go on and see what is going to happen with the things that were kind of set up at the very end of the 5th book. Alright, so I have 5 more books in my birthday book haul. So the first one is going to be The Bazaar of Bad Dreams by Stephen King. This was given to me by my parents, but I forgot to put it in the first part. This is just a bunch of novellas or short stories. I'm not exactly sure that Stephen King wrote. I read Full Dark No Stars, which is 3 of his novellas, and I really did enjoy that one, so I'm hoping that I'll like this one just as much. And I actually really like this cover. So I have no idea what the stories in this are about, but I have so many Stephen King books that I need to read now. I'm getting a little bit excited about it. Next book my parents also got me, but it was pre-ordered, so it ended up coming in between me filming that video and right now, and that is Truth Witch by Susan Dennard. This book has been going around booktube a lot recently. It's about 2 girls, and they are both witches, and they're different types of witches, and one of the girls is able to tell when people are lying, and so everyone wants to have that girl under their control, and so she goes on an adventure with her friend. I heard that it's a little bit complicated because there's a lot of different types of magic. Like, there are a lot of different types of witches in here, so it can get a little bit overwhelming at first, but I've heard such good things about it. Once you get a grasp on all of those different types of witches, you like love it. So I'm really excited to get to this one. And the last thing was sent to me by my friend Rachel. I love Rachel. We talk on Voxer all the time. We talk on Voxer even when we're drunk. So much fun. And I will leave a link to her channel down below, Rachel Taylor. Her channel name used to be Books Undone. And she sent me her copy of the Legend Trilogy by Marie Lu. She wasn't gonna read it, so she was like, I'll give it to you. And I was like, yep, I want it. And partially why I wanted these books so bad was because of my Whine About It video with Lainey from Ginger Reads Lainey. I make fun of when authors make the type in the books a different color, and she was like, no, Marie Lu did that, and it was awesome. So I want to try this series out, and it's a dystopian young adult series, which I haven't read a dystopian young adult book in so very long, so I'm really excited to get to this series. And in the box set it has like a little packet of little short stories, so it's just gonna be so fun. And she also gave me some like tabs to tab my books, because I don't usually tab books, but I also don't have things to tab books, so we'll see. I could definitely get into that whole tabbing thing. That's really exciting. Thank you, Rachel. And then she also sent me a little note, so I just love Rachel. Check out her channel, please. So those are all the things that I got for my birthday. I am not going to buy any more books until I have made a significant chunk in these books. I've read 12 books this year so far, so I'm doing pretty well, but I would like to do better. So if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and comment down below which books of mine that I got for my birthday I should get to sooner rather than later, and I will talk to you guys next time.